So what I have here, I have an excellent model 510 Target Master Remington single shot 22. This thing is fantastic. I love the patina on the barrel and on the gun. Something I really love about these Target Masters. I call this the beehive. I mean, this detail, I don't know if that was just something they did just to make it look nice and custom. Maybe it was easier than trying to polish that up. But whatever it is, I really like that. This one, as you can see, that red for the firing pin being out is wearing off, but it's still there. But check this out right here. Okay, on the right side of the barrel, I've got the 48. I haven't been able to figure out what that means. I don't know if that's like an inspector number or whatever, but check out this one. Something really nice about these Remingtons is that they date coded these. Now these particular rifles are from 1939 to, oh, what is it, 1962 or 3? I think 63 is how this ran. But the cool part, one of the cool things that Remington did is they did the state stamp right here on the left side of the barrel. And then they got the proof mark at the end. So that W represents August. So it stands for Black Powder X. And so B would be January. Count the letters up. W is August, if I remember right. And PP stands for 1945. Right here, we have a gun that was manufactured during World War II. Just a beauty of a gun. But anyway, just really appreciate my good friend for letting me take a look at this. I told him I was going to kidnap this thing for a little bit and see if I could figure out how old it was. But that is a really nice thing because these things aren't serial numbered. This is before they even had the serial number guns. And Remington had the foresight to put some markings on it for identification. One of the things I really like about these, aside from this, they are pretty simple, but when you operate that bolt and you bring it back and you cock it, it cocks the bolt. Or some like the, what is it, the 1902 and, oh shoot, I can't remember the other model. But a lot of those Winchesters and other guns, and I'm sure there's some Remingtons like it, you actually have to pull back on a little knob and cock it yourself. So this would have been a pretty fantastic little youth rifle to have. So let's test this out right here. Okay, I just got a little dummy round. We're gonna drop that right into there. We're gonna run this bolt forward. You see how easy that went in? That's pretty sweet. Okay, lock that down. This is another thing that I think is kind of cool. The safety mechanism on this thing. It's bent sheet metal, but it's done very nicely. I really like that. This would actually be a pretty easy to operate hunting gun, I think. With this dummy round, I couldn't get it really to eject out of here consistently. So I was kind of curious. I grabbed an empty 22 shell. I'm just gonna pull this out. Very positive ejection. I love that. So from what I can tell, this allows the back end of the bolt to fall down so that it'll ramp up nicely into the barrel without having to mill in a ramp. That's quite ingenious, honestly. Now they must have had a really small screwdriver to get into here. That must have been a pain in the butt. I'm not even gonna attempt to take off this for fear of dinging up that screw. Now before we take a look under her skirt, we're gonna have to remove this screw right here. This is what holds the barrel and the action in place. Now that we've got the barrel and action separated from the stock, take a little peek up the skirt of this thing. Look at that. Just a simple, thing of pure beauty right there. And you look at that bolt handle right there, and on the other side, you see that other lug. Those working together to lock that bolt in very securely. It cleaned up beautifully. It looks like it's got case hardening inside and out. And actually looking in the, like at the trigger, the same thing. This is a very well built, well thought out firearm. I think the mechanism is super stout. Now right in here we see that nice beautiful original bluing that's been protected. But on this barrel you can see that this thing has seen many years of use. And that I think is wonderful. As I like to say, this firearm has met the measure of its creation. It is not meant to hang on a wall. It's not meant to sit in a safe. It's meant to get used. And talking with my good friend, this gun has been used for generations, and it will continue to be used and handed down from generation to generation. And that is something special right there. So now to get this in, I'm gonna push this in here, can't get that in. Flip that to safety. And there you have it. How to get it out. Can't pull that out there. Can't really move that trigger, so I'm gonna move it to fire. Still can't get it out, pull that trigger. So they're doing it one-handed, we're gonna do a little funky, but you're gonna pull the trigger and pull that bolt out at the same time. Then you're gonna go back over to here, flip it to safe once you get it in. Look at that. And I'm not even gonna tell you how long it took me to figure that one out. Now, one last feature I found on this, it automatically puts it in safe. Load a bullet in, put it in fire. That is pretty slick.